So yeah, this is the front yard, and we're going to go in the back and check out the backyard in a minute, but they've basically totally transformed their yard into a farm.
There's a giant spider over there.
And yet we have a giant spider guarding them all. Do you guys have a name for the spider or?
No.
No? Oh, here he comes. So we're here at We're here at Ocoocangansett Microfarms, which is actually going to be the smallest trip we've taken since we're here with my good friends Tim and Christine, who live right around the corner from me. So usually I'm coming from Asia or something like that, but we're literally about half a mile from where I live. They run a micro farm at their house, and this is what pawpaw trees look like. And like I said, there's over 30 varieties here, some absolutely monster ones. And they all have different distinct flavors. Everything from banana pudding is what I was trying to think of earlier, all the way up to a new one. What was the one from today?
Atwood, that was kind of more vanilla caramel flavor.
Called Atwood, and it's got like a
Vanilla pudding.
vanilla pudding caramel flavor. So these are pawpaw trees, and if you're like me from like 5 years ago or so, I had no idea what a pawpaw was, but
There's the fruit in there. That's the fruit on the tree. That's a large fruit, relatively.
where are they native to? They're all over North America, and or are they
Just
from?
the eastern part, from down to from New Jersey down to Florida and over to Iowa.
So here's a question for you. Why don't most people know what pawpaws are if they're native to this area?
Well, people down that way do, but up here it's not. It's kind of more of a novelty.
No, and it's perishable.
It's perishable.
So basically it doesn't travel well,
Yeah,
and
sure.
if they're not,
It doesn't travel well.
So you'd have to get it from people who grow it up here.
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay, because like I never heard of it before you guys introduced me to them, and now I can't get enough of them. I mean, I look forward to this time of year. And actually, Tim and Christine were nice enough to get me a couple of my own. They are still very young, and because I actually decided to move them a couple times, they are behind in their development. So next year I think we're going to be grafting, and maybe a year or two after that I might get fruit of my own. The front yard, and we're going to go in the back and check out the backyard in a minute, but they've basically totally transformed their yard into a farm.
There's a giant spider over there.
And yet we have a giant spider guarding them all. Do you guys have a name for the spider or?
No.
No? Oh, here he comes. Wow. All right, what is this one here?
This is the one you really like. This is Atwood.
This is Atwood, and Atwood's,
See those big hands of fruit?
so this is about like, what, 12, 14 feet?
Yeah, this is the one that I don't prune, so it stays. It gets a little bigger than the rest.
Wow.
So it's about 14 feet.
Now, do these all start from grafts?
Yep, these were all grafted to begin with. So they it began as a stick about this big, and in 7 years became this tall. So grafting is basically a means of cloning the tree. So if you have a tree that makes really good fruit, you can take a piece of it and put it on a new pair of roots, and it'll take off and be its own thing.
Nice.
You'll sniff off.
Yeah, so you take scion in the winter, which is like a stick like this, and then these buds are that exact cultivar, and you put it on a new bunch of roots, and you have a clone of this material.
So it's kind of similar to like cannabis, where you take a
Yeah.
clipping and then you replant it, and then nice.
Good deal.
But in this case, instead of just planting it, you're grafting it onto the tree, and then it takes off from there.
Yep. This one I grafted 3 years ago. Grafting in somewhere down here, but yeah, this one will have fruit next season, and this is Lehman 3, which is a white flesh pawpaw, and I know that it's very delicious.
Nice.
I haven't had it. We'll find out next year.
So you guys have about 30 varieties here or more, and how many is there known how many different varieties there are, or is it kind of just?
Probably about 100 or so varieties that are.
Oh,
still
wow.
cultivated. Most of them are obscure, but these ones are more modern. So I've kind of honed in on the more modern efforts to domesticate the species because they taste better. You know?
Now,
We're trying to see what cultivars do better up here
Yes,
Nice.
in New England.
that ripen in our time frame.
now, in the area, are you one of the largest cultivators of PawPaws?
Probably have the largest collection of cultivars, I would say.
You might not have the most trees, but you have the largest
There's a
collection.
grower over in Berlin that has a fair amount of trees too, so we're not the biggest in the area, but I certainly have probably the most diverse collection.
This is awesome. I don't think I've seen it. Actually, I don't think I was here. Was I here last? Yeah, I was here last year, maybe just for a little bit, but. Wow. Okay, so this is the. I'm laughing because last time I was here, it did not look anything like this. I think everything took off in the last year or two. Wow. So everything here, from what I remember, is complimentary. So you'll have things for the bees to pollinate. And by the way, they do have honey on occasion when their bees are around and not on vacation. So you guys also have, what do you have, nectarines or peaches?
We have new peaches that we planted this year because our other trees were old. So we have persimmons, apricots,
Wow.
pears,
More persimmon,
raspberries, blueberries,
more pawpaws.
black raspberries.
And
We can go up that one.
yeah, let's go up there. Now, you guys have an amazing amount of fruit. What do you tend to do with, you sell a lot of the fruits or like a portion of it and then you make fruit leather and stuff like that?
Yep, I'm trying to get rid of the pawpaws through people who distribute it to restaurants and the like.
Oh.
Sometimes to people who just want to try the fruit. We've been selling a lot this season just to the public in general.
Yeah, it covers the cost of fertilizing the trees.
Yeah, it covers the
Stuff
cost
like
of
that.
fertilizing.
And don't make fruit leather out of pawpaw.
Don't, yeah?
That's a bad idea. It causes severe nausea, gastric distress.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing about them is that you can't dry them.
Cinnamons are so crazy to describe. It's another one of those honey-like flavors.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's kind of caramel with a little bit of rum flavor, burnt sugar. It's an interesting
Small one above your
combination.
head too. Oh,
Yeah,
here's
these
one's
are-
right there.
These are smaller fruits. The bigger ones I end up selling. So. But when they're ripe,
Oh, I can see some over there that look orangish, or is that just the lighting?
these are more ripe. So when they're ripe,
Okay. So they look
kind
like
of
little
a
peaches.
pumpkin
Yeah.
Orange.
Cool.
And yeah, this is when they taste good.
There's the rest of the persimmons over.
Lots of persimmon back
Here.
there.
Nice.
And have more fruits.
And then,
Pumpkins we had back there before too.
now you guys have new bees in this season?
We have a lot of bees. Yeah, they came in spring via the mail, and we put on like 3 different layers this season because they keep expanding.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about Italians. They expand a little too much.
About what?
Italian bees, they
Oh, they,
expand quickly.
Quickly.
oh, do they really?
Yeah.
So one of the interesting things I have to say, now I've tried their honey before, and I live about half a mile from Tim and Christine. And then I also, before they had honey, about a half mile in the other direction from me, someone has a honey farm. And I tried some of their honey and it tasted completely different. Tim and Christine's had like more of an orange flavor to it. And I'm imagining it's just basically what the bees feed on. But amazingly, it was like a much darker amber color. So it's just kind of an interesting note that within a half mile, I mean, like these people were like right on the other side of me, the honey tasted completely different. So I'm imagining it's because you guys have the farm here.
On the camera.
What?
What?
I forgot I was on the
Oh.
camera.
You're silly.
Yeah, I won't use all the footage, but I'll
I
use some of it
figured
probably.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah, so, and then this is the vegetable section over here.
That's the produce section.
Produce. Tim and I both love super hot peppers, so a while back he started growing like the super hots, and I think he still has some of the original trees.
I forget who this is. These might be habanero or Scotch bonnet, one of those two. Probably
Yeah,
Scotch
it looks
bonnet.
like that might be.
Yeah, super hot.
And are you still making hot sauces?
I haven't made a hot sauce yet this year, but I'll
Thank you.
have to soon. I did make some last year, yeah. Delicious.
And how are the girls doing over there? The hens?
Good.
Chickens?
They're being lazy right now because they're molting.
Are they really?
You can go see them now. Yeah, sorry, just be careful to walk them.
Oh, and how are the apples? Are you guys getting any apples?
No, not this year. The trees need to be pruned severely.
Oh.
All these things I kind of got behind me.
I mean, you got a few things going on here, so.
Yeah.
How are you?
Well, it's
What?
fine for me.
All right. This just makes me feel like I'm back in Asia, honestly. You got it. Trying to get in and out of the tuk-tuks and the cars over there is a thing. All right, meet the girls. The girls of Ockoocangansett Farm? Ocoocangansett Farm.
Yeah. Nobody in here.
They are
Sorry, and the grapes are.
providing us fresh eggs.
And they knocked their lid off their feeder.
Oh, yeah. And they actually have a large variety of them, or they did. It looks like maybe more exotic ones aren't here anymore. The ones with the funny hats and stuff.
The one with the go-go boots.
Yeah, the go-go boots.
She's back there, but she's molting, so she
Oh.
looks less fluffy.
Ah,
She's
okay.
7 or 8 years old now.
Oh, wow. Cool.
But yeah, this one's newer. The barred rock.
The striped one?
Yeah.
Or the...
And a few of these red. Oh, I think this one's newer too.
They think they're going to get fed.
I know.
Hey, ladies.
But yeah, there's a few new ones.
And now you quail. You still got a bunch
Yeah.
of quail?
We can actually go back now.
Okay. So how many chicken are there?
20?
And you get how many eggs out of that a day usually?
Right now, only a couple.
Oh.
In the
Oh, because
spring-
they're molting.
Yeah.
And it's,
In the spring, maybe like 20 eggs a day.
oh, and here we have quail.
Yeah, sorry about all the hoses. You can open the door if you want.
Sure.
Their water thing broke, so they have a little tiny water thing right now.
So in case you don't know what quail look like, there they are. And quail eggs are quite a delicacy. I've actually gotten them before, but I've never eaten them because for some reason I'm a little freaked out by them. I don't know why.
I like them better than chicken eggs.
Do you really?
Yeah.
My friend swears by putting them on burgers. Yeah.
These ladies are also getting a bit old, so they're starting to look a little rough.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Might also be somewhat for mating. To like the males.
Oh. Oh, no. Come on, guys. Better than that. Cool. So, yeah, if you guys have never seen a working micro farm, you are now seeing it. They also have carnivorous plants over there, too,
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
And they have like several varieties of them, not just fly traps.
Yep, those are all Sarracenias.
Oh, they are?
But they're different varieties. Most of those are flavor varieties, but there's a few others mixed in.
Cool. And the chickens, so like you also have like compost, not compost, but
Yep, the manure.
manure and like
And the chickens and the quails, and there's Raven.
oh yeah? Oh yeah, that's a sign right there.
So the female actually had a nest in the pine tree behind our property,
Oh really?
and she had 3 babies.
Yeah. And then they also have turkeys come and visit sometimes too. So, all right, so one
Bananas.
And the
which
bana-
don't do anything except for look pretty.
non-banana banana trees. And the bananas over in Southeast Asia anyway were like these tiny little guys, but they were so good.
Oh yeah.
All right, so thank you so much, Tim and Christine. And one last time, how do you pronounce your farm's name?
Ocoocangansett.
Ocoocangansett.